All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Monster, episode 50. Ooh,
all right.
Monster.
We had that doozy of an episode.
They're killing it. This is like this section of the story.
But
Holy crap.
they didn't kill the boy last episode. Yeah. Because that would have...
that would have broken me a little bit.
Yeah, that would have been a bit much.
I'm really hyped that we're getting more Johan, and that's a weird thing to be hyped about. But it's that,
especially after last episode,
it's that all the players are starting to move and things are starting to happen, and now we're starting to see this whole Prague scenario get, I would say, honed in story wise, and that's where a lot of big things can happen in terms of conflict.
Absolutely.
And now we have our best boy Lunge on the scene, and it's just, oh, I love this show. I love this show so much. So guys, without further ado, let's get into this.
Abandoned.
Yeah.
まるで眠り姫の館だ。
私の名はアンナ。アンナ。
Okay.
頑張ってね、名刑事さん。あなたのお母さんと同じ気持ちだから。
Sucks to be you.
Yep.
私がここへ来たのは旧チェコスロバキア秘密警察とつながりのあった病院をいくつか当たってここにたどり着いたが、
Elementary, my dear Watson.
Indeed.
旧秘密警察にとって君はよほど重要な人物のようだ。状況証拠だけ見れば君が犯人。
You need to be compliant now.
僕は何もしていない。グリマーさんも違う。彼はそんなことする人間じゃない。
じゃあ犯人は誰だ？知ってるんじゃないのかね。
もうゴリゴリだ。もう誰にも裏切られたくない。
君は刑事だ。冷徹に真実をえぐり出さなきゃならない。一番疑いたくない人物まで疑い。
Lunge, you genius! You
And he
genius!
doesn't even know about.
And he doesn't even stay. He just leaves. It's like my work here is done.
誰の許可を得て面会している。
Oh. Whoa! Whoa!
に合わせる。
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Did you see the confidence?
That was amazing.
That was so good.
Was so
wow.
No, he just didn't say anything.
Yeah. Just.
時代から大噂は金がね。ランケ大佐。そして今や旧チェコスロバキア秘密警察の実質的な指導者。
Ah, but not actually. I love, look at that smile.
Yeah.
They're trading little jabs.
党党首候補ボルツマン議員の秘書を強引な捜査で自殺に追いやったそうじゃない。
Wow.
世当たりはうまくしなければいけませんよ。
あなた方は間抜けだ。
Oh.
その実秘密を管理していれば今頃あなたは影の大統領としてこの国に君臨できたの。だがもはや民衆があなた方に抱いている恐怖は幻想だ。
Dang.
なるほど。君は賢い。
っているんですよ。本当の恐怖の存在を。
Oh.
あなた方の作り出した幻想から
Oh, the
生
sound.
まれた可能性があるのかと。
Oh.
何なんですかあの屋敷。フランツ・ボナパルタとは彼についてどんなに調べても何も出てこない。となるとあなた方の領域の人物。
Wow.
旧チェコスロバキア秘密警察。
Oh, dang, this is it, where it all
何が知
began.
りたいんだ。
あなたが知っていることが知りたいんですよ。
意識的に忘れようとしていたことがある。私はあの屋敷の存在を忘れようとしていた。あの屋敷
Oh,
に
the
殺された
sounds.
政治犯。あそこにいた研究員全員がある日消えた。
私は先日あの屋敷の中に入らせてもらいました。
Wait.
誰も足を踏み入れた形跡がない完全な廃屋。ただ2階北側の壁。慌てて何かを封じ込めたかのように 塗り込められたか壊してもいいですか？
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
何を怯えている？
Yeah.
ランケ大佐。
死ぬかもしれんぞ。君も私も本当の恐怖を見ることになるかもしれんぞ。
I am spellbound right now. Oh my god.
Oh
my god. They're killing me here.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Oh boy.
Oh. You know what's crazy? He's ahead of Tenma.
Yeah.
Like, this
I
is
know.
so far
And
ahead of Tenma.
That's why I'm terrified that he's
Yeah,
gonna die.
I'm worried too.
Now go take a long rest, come back the next day.
I was just thinking, like, why are doors the most terrifying thing in any kind of story? They lead to just the unknown. The handle's been removed. Oh my god. My spine is just... Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh, this is so good! Ah!
They cut away.
You're killing me! This show! Oh!
コーヒーにミルクと砂糖は
ブラックで結構です。あなたは長く作家のボナパルタ氏の担当編集者をされていたそうですね。
Word.
そして優雅さがありました。ボナパルタは精神科の博士号を持っていたし、心理学
Of
者でもあっ
course.
た。
Oh.
専門は脳外科でした。
Huh.
Oh.
怪物が恋する話だったね。
Okay.
でもそれは美女と野獣と眠り姫を合わせたような話でね、私ボツにしたんですよ。そうだ、こんなのはどうだろうって振り返って絶対開けちゃいけない。私は聞いた。その中は楽園かい？怪物が出てくるのかい？すると彼は、いや絶対開けちゃいけないから、そう言うと笑って帰っていった。
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god.
Okay.
やっぱり。ああ、もしもし、警察かい。私は芝生広場の
Yeah,
というもの
yeah,
だ。
Yeah.
今うちに訪ねてきた男、ドイツで起きた連続殺人事件の重要参考人じゃ
Of
ない
course, he would turn him in. He's still with Bonaparte.
脳外科医のドクターテンマ。
Oh,
消
cleaning
毒
it.
液の匂いか。
Yeah. Oh.
死。何人？ここで何人死んだ？
Oh, dang.
10人。20人。いや、もっとか。
Oh, it's totally.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
totally the mom. Oh my god. Let's move that painting.
スケッチブックの中。
Yep. Oh my
keep cutting
god.
away.
I know.
Keep cutting away.
早くしないとサッカーグラウンド上級生に取られちゃうぞ。早くしろミロシュ。
Scott Sterling.
The man, the myth, the legend. Yeah, nice defense.
守ったぞ。
もう大丈夫だよな。
He'll need a little bit of time.
ドクター。
Yeah. You should get a therapist.
I mean, yeah.
スークはあんたと全く同じ状態なんだ。ただ一つのことを除いてな。お別れだ、ドクターテンマ。その詳細を知る人物が一人だけいる。ここにな。
Oh, gotcha.
どうだい？こういうのを警察に送ると。
これは
Wow.
連続殺人犯からの手紙って
He's gonna turn himself in.
犯人以外絶対に知り得ない秘密の暴露ってやつがここに記されているだろう。
グリマーはいつの間にかドイツに舞い戻ってる。だってあいつは元腕利きのスパイだからな。
しかし一生疑いをかけられて逃げ回ること
Oh,
平気だよ。
that's basically you, right?
Yeah.
グリマーなんて人間はもともと
Oh,
死ぬなよ。
don't die. Oh, you too, Grimmer.
Yeah.
Be careful.
グリマーさん、チェコ国境を越えた時の約束、またどこかで会えたらピクニックしましょう。どこかで。
Yeah.
これからはずっとあの音に怯えて暮らすわけだ。
Oh.
ちょっと見せてごらん。ただのかすり傷だ。
Yeah, that stings.
男の子だろ。
You're a boy, bear with. I have a bad feeling that the cops are gonna pull up right here and pick up Tenma. Yep.
Yeah.
天蔵天馬だ
Oh, crap.
な。署までご同行
At least they're the legit police. And Lunge, this is
Whoa, how did they get there?
Yeah. Oh,
This was a wonderful, creepy, terrifying,
very
amazing
terrifying
episode.
episode.
But like, oh man, oh boy, it's really going now. Like,
Yeah. So, okay, Lung is really far ahead now. And what I like about this is because he's approaching this with his, like, picture-perfect memory, he's keeping all the data in check. He's essentially like the lore master of this show, keeping all the things that he's perceived under his, his noggin. His noggin, yeah. So now that he's jumped ahead and he's conversed directly with the secret police and he knows about the Red Rose Mansion, he's gone into the Red Rose Mansion and he knows specifically that this ties directly to Johan's origins, like almost like potentially the place of Johan's origins, like not necessarily the actual place, but like the place where maybe the idea was thought up, or potentially the people that were in power surrounded maybe like the idea of Johan. Like, here's the thing. The crazy thing is that Johan's mom is potentially still alive. I don't think she will be.
I don't think so either. With the fact that there were so many people that died there, that could be the parents that died there as well, or that could be them wiping away the traces, so that way they can go disappear. And then for all intensive purposes, they could be dead at that point.
Right. So what I think happened is that on some level, the organization decided to compartmentalize information. So you have people like Ronke who know enough that
know that they don't want to know anymore.
Right, exactly. And then another division, essentially, not my division, of the organization had a hand in Johan's origin in some way. And we get this Franz Bonaparte guy who is a psychologist and a medical scientist.
And also a brain surgeon, Which is what Tenma is, which is a bit... That's bad.
Like...
And that's too big of a thing to just be coincidental.
I know.
Especially with the whole idea that Johan got shot in the head, which... Okay, because also Johan told Anna to shoot him in the head. And then, so it's like, was that to get back to his true parent, maybe? Or like, or who knows what? And then there's the idea that with how Johan is and the changes that he made before, like way back, I think at the beginning, when we saw how Johan was and before we like fully learned about like Kinderheim and all that stuff.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that was we were wondering is whether it was as a result of like being shot. Like a brain damage kind of thing or something, or who knows what. I don't know. But
okay.
Like
so can we go onto the train of like this person, like Franz Bonaparte, is either like because we've been theorizing that he was Johan's father, basically,
right? Whether figuratively or literally,
or
both,
or like in terms of the designer
Yeah.
Because here's what I'm thinking is that
Yeah.
it's probably a DNA correlation, because when they showed us the silhouette and a little bit of the look,
Yeah.
and you know what's funny? That person looked like a merge between Tenma and Johan. Franz Bonaparte. He looked basically like if we took the look of Johan and basically, like, I don't know, merged it with a little bit of Tenma. And
or at the very least aged up Johan. I think that might be one of the things
totally
that also is why it looks like that. But yeah, and the way he was described as being so, like, calm and, you know,
elegant
and everything,
scary,
and
oh yeah this guy is endgame for not only I think the story, but specifically I think for Johan, because I think this guy's not only alive, this guy is someone that Johan wants to probably kill. Like, probably go back, find him, and put an end to this. Because the thing that probably, you know, happened is that this guy cleaned up a lot of his mess. So there's a lot of other people that probably, you know, put resources into this.
Yeah.
Like Johan's...
This is not something that would just happen by accident or all on one person's onesie.
Right. Like, Johan probably experimented on.
Sure.
Probably messed with and done all these things. Hey, that might answer the nature-nurture question, potentially. Because we're still going back. This is pre-Kinderheim, you know, we're dealing with here.
Yep.
So we'll see. But, like, what I'm vibing with here is that we have that whole little flashback with the people toasting and all things like that.
Right.
And what they're probably thinking is, like, all right, we're, you know, with this, you know, the Czech secret police and all that, and we're going to create basically our dark savior. We're going to create this monster. And we've got this clinical psychologist, doctor, brain surgeon, perfect, like, you know, perfect, I would say, scientist to probably create Johan. Like, I can't see him as being anything more than maybe either at least a stage in Johan's development. Like, if he's not the originator, he was one of the key...
I think at this point he is basically the originator, in so much as you can call someone as, like, actually give credit to someone for being the originator of Johan.
Right, because he's the storyteller, he's the psychologist, he's the one that carries a lot of the traits that are in Johan currently.
Right.
Which sounds like the kind of thing of you imprinting yourself onto a new...
Right. Because here's the
that's
thing.
extra dark too.
Oh, absolutely. But it makes sense, because if you think about something like Johan, right? Someone like Johan, right? You don't. If you make that, you have to have a template that you're working towards, right?
That's true.
And the thing is that it would work best, I would imagine, when you have someone that's already similar to that, and then you just want to make them like that faster, sooner, better, all that, right?
Yeah, we just upgrade.
Exactly. Like whenever you have someone teaching someone a technical skill, it's usually that they know how to do the technical skill, and then they pass on what they know in a better, faster, you know, thing that over the course of, you know, human existence, whatever, it gets iterated to become more refined and things like that. And by doing it to someone as a kid, then they can become that machine that iteratively makes it better and improved. And that's what Johan did, right? We knew that. Like, after Kinderheim, that is absolutely what he did.
It seems like, though, if we go with that line of logic, that Johan's maybe original purpose was to create more of himself, or to essentially create a platform where he would dictate the rules. Essentially, he would create a playing field where only those like Johan could essentially operate on. And now, if it was the procreate, you know, lineage thing, what's kind of exciting here potentially is I love the idea of the experiment that is upset at its masters. Frankenstein is killed by the monster, essentially. And what's cool in a lot of ways is that Johan's actions, if we look over the course of the entire show, are about self-improvement, and then he deviated. He deviated at Munich. and he becomes, I would say, erratic and a little bit more emotionally led.
Yep.
And now he's concerned with his origin a lot more, and he's concerned. I would say. I would say we knew that Johan was crazy. Like here's the thing. Johan is extremely intelligent, but there's something broken inside him, obviously,
absolutely.
right? But now I think that this is kind of the path where Johan comes back to the point of origin, and like his end game is not to do anything that his original creators would have wanted. Like, it's way more self-destructive than that.
Maybe. I don't know if I would necessarily call it self-destructive.
Yeah, what would you call it?
But it's, well, the thing is that, okay, one, just the fact that they're doing all of this stuff gives so much unbelievable context to that part where we actually saw him pick up the book and he freaks out, right? Now it's oh yeah, that is a, because when we first saw it, we were like, wait, what's going on? This is weird, But now it's no, that's
35 or something.
It's a very reasonable response, all things considered, and it seems like his priorities shifted. And that basically he kind of realized what was really important to him, and it's not that necessarily he wasn't going to do that other stuff eventually. Maybe, who knows? Whatever. The world is his oyster,
right?
But that he had some stuff to take care of first, unfinished business, right? Things that he had left unattended,
sure,
like his past,
yeah.
And he's going to go back and, I would assume, resolve it in some way, but we have absolutely no idea how or what or why or what it'll look like, or so yeah.
Okay, Lunge is on point. Lunge is our hero. Lunge is incredible. The way that he handled not only Suk by getting him to speak and make sure that Suk was a dead end,
right? But the guy with the gun,
the guy with the gun, he just kind of puts his hand up there. Which, you know what that reminds me of? The opening. The opening. When there's the guy with the silhouette. He's kind of
and I think that's supposed to be Johan.
I think that is supposed to be Johan.
I mean, I suppose it could be Johan,
but it might not be.
This whatever dude, Bonaparte.
Yes, and then we have Colonel Ronke having a conversation with Lunge, and Lunge is spitting fire.
Oh man, that was so good.
That was incredible.
Duel of wits, indeed. That was
they were trading great jabs, and then Lunge just is sorry, I have to go full broadside here, and Ronk is just felt
weird
that
flex,
one.
But okay.
yeah. And now Ronk gave him enough to know that Ronk is not really the one he needs to be talking to right now.
Right.
And Ronk was telling a lot, I think, without actually telling. And in some ways, it feels like the shame of someone wanting to pass responsibility onto someone else.
Yeah.
And this is one of my favorite parts of that. Lunge, I think, sensed that before he even told him, really, with his eyes and stuff, about the Red Rose Mansion being something so terrifying. Lunge said, it must be difficult keeping track of such a large organization. And that's the kind of thing of saying, hey, your organization, so big and so powerful. It must be tough to keep track of one guy out there.
Right.
Who, did some crazy things. And now we almost have confirmation, I would say, just by Ronk's terrified thing, that he's basically thrown that whole thing off to the side. And
pretended it never happened.
And yet the thing, it still exists. Which means that Franz Bonaparte is still alive. Which means that the threat he carries is still real. It has nothing to do, I think, specifically with... not nothing. It is not, I would say, just that Johan could come knocking. The idea of that being true terror.
Right, because they could have just burned the mansion to the ground. And
absolutely.
And then eventually forget about the ashes, right? As opposed to forgetting about the mansion that's still there, where Lung can just walk in and be like, 20 plus people died in this room.
Yep.
Things like that.
Yeah.
So
this is the kind of thing where he's not even really aware, I think, of what he's actually poking into.
Right, yeah.
So it's the idea of, the beast that sleeps,
Sure.
And we know there's a beast there. But the thing is that if we really wanted to, we might be able to burn down the place where the beast sleeps, and then it could just go somewhere else. But the thing is, we don't know what the beast will do once it needs to move, or once it needs to do something in response.
What it feels like is, when people look at Johan and they do the eye avoidance thing, right? But this is a mental thing, right?
Yeah.
And that he's made it so that he doesn't think about it, he doesn't do anything like that. It's just nope. Wait a minute.
Something clicked?
Well,
or something.
Ronke said that he sent his nephew unwittingly to Kinderheim.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, there'd be no correlation. Because, Johan and Anna crossed the border, and then they were just discovered by Kinderheim. Right.
Wait.
Because basically...
They crossed the border from Czechoslovakia?
Yeah.
Right.
And Czechoslovakia borders Prague. So the idea, it's fairly straightforward. What the idea is for Johan and Anna is that they made their way from Prague to Germany through Czechoslovakia, right?
Right.
But the fact that someone who apparently, potentially, is very closely tied to Johan and Anna also sent his nephew to the same orphanage that they ended up being at, or that Johan ended up being at, makes me wonder
what kind of communication was happening that pushed him into that specific school.
I don't know. Well, no, because I guess Grimmer also knew the nephew. So
no, I think you're mixing up timelines a little bit.
Yeah, maybe.
Because I think the thing is that there's potential for crossover there. But I think the real question is that what kind of people were involved at that house with potentially the origins of Johan?
Right.
And what was their original goal? Because there's a couple things that line up pretty well. Just the fact that we look at what Johan can do and we can assume what they wanted originally.
That's not something that is just a happy accident. That's potentially, but a lot more likely it's something that was specifically developed and that his mind was geared in such a way so that he would figure out how to do those sorts of things better.
Yeah, he was weaponized before Kinderheim.
Right, exactly.
He was weaponized. Now, the question is that was he weaponized by these people in the mansion? And then if he was, this is the crazy thing. This is the absolute nuts thing. Is the reason why Ronke wants to forget it because Bonaparte cleared out the whole thing? Or because he doesn't know what happened there, and it's more likely Johan, as a kid, as a pre-Kinderheim kid, cleared it out.
Yeah.
And Bonaparte is either dead or just a random survivor that just got lucky and wasn't amidst the carnage.
Yep. Who knows?
Now,
who knows?
What I would theorize is that they set up Bonaparte too much for him to be dead. So he's alive.
Okay. All right.
And I'm guessing that he's alive with Johan's mom.
All right.
And that's basically, they're trying to
I think they would both be alive,
I think they're both alive. I think they're hiding under pseudonyms and all that. And they're trying to live basically the quiet life.
Right.
And that's why we still have, 20-something episodes to go. Is that that is its own messed up kinds of crazy.
Because why just have it be Tenma and Johan? It could be Tenma, Johan, and the parents, or whatever. Like with Anna. And Lunge will probably be dead by then. But
because you want to also think about the next kind of thing that's a little crazy here, Jacob.
What?
That Anna was around during all this.
Yeah.
What happened to her?
Well, it
she was a twin,
right? And it certainly explains why she mentally just blocked it, out.
But that's the thing. Why isn't she also? Maybe she is.
Maybe she is, or maybe she has Johan to thank for that.
Yeah, that's actually something that I was gonna say.
Like that he sort of shouldered the burden, kind of, which if they end up going that way and they turn Johan into sort of like this
dark angel protector,
or tragic hero, and he was a tragic hero a very very long time ago, but a very long time ago.
Well, here's another crazy thing. Like this episode and the episodes around it, like the episodes that we've been watching, like what's been really like messing me up here is it's getting me to go back to previous things like way early and see if I need to recontextualize any of them.
Yeah.
Because one of the things I've always kind of been weirded out by, and I think I'm either just forgetting or I'm just weirded out by it, was the whole incident that started this was Johan getting shot. And like we're pretty sure that was Anna.
Well, we know it was Anna.
It was Anna. Yeah. Okay. So, like
he told her to shoot.
He
him
told
in the
her,
head
yes,
and throw the gun out the window.
So, what I'm thinking is, is that something happened that got them, to reunite or whatever, because that was post Kinderheim.
Right.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And she went to the other orphanage, and that was the other thing. She went to the other orphanage.
Right.
Yeah.
But before both of them went to any orphanages, they had to, essentially have split up.
Well.
See, this is the thing that is very, very prevalent throughout the beginning part of the show. Anna and Johan were in separate locations, and they weren't.
I think they explained it at some I think they explained it in that episode where it was something about like that Kinderheim was like an all boys orphanage or something like that.
Okay.
But I don't know.
The main thing I want to get at here is that that's not the case, at least where this is pointing at, with here in Prague. It seems like Johan and Anna are going through the same stuff. And potentially interchangeably, or maybe Johan was the first. I don't know, but what I'm vibing at here is that, like, the whole idea of there being this show messes me up. Like, this show messes me up. I'll just say, like, the theorist brain in me is like broken like over and over again because. I don't know how to describe it. I'm probably just gonna stop because I don't really know what I'm talking about. But I can tell that they're setting up Anna for some big stuff. And in this episode, they had that little bit with Anna.
Yeah.
So.
That was I think no. The point is that was Johan.
That was Johan. You're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Johanna.
Yes. Right. Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But
previously with Anna having those little flashbacks.
Yeah, when she was with Dieter and everything.
I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop with Anna.
Yeah, me too.
And to find out specifically what the relationship and connection between Johan and Anna was pre getting out of Prague.
Right.
And how much they've both gone through potentially.
Right. One of the things that I'm also really curious about is how much of this did the creator plan from the beginning?
How much?
Yeah, because because the thing is that I could see it being something where it was all Keikaku master plan, from the get-go. But I could also see it very much being something where they're kind of discovering it and they have long-term plans and everything. But was this whole Red Rose mansion and all that and everything that's going on here, was that something that was always in the works,
Well, I would say that the way this was probably written was written with I would say very much an outline approach.
Sure.
Because you can tell that the quality of the writing increases when they go into either intensely episodic stuff or they go into like these long form linear arcs.
Sure. Yeah.
And I would say that the characters, the side characters, non-Johan, non-Tenma, non-Anna characters, basically, are ones that were happy discoveries along the way.
Sure, absolutely.
But I think the outline of Anna and Johan's journey has been put in place from the very beginning, and then everything else has been written around that in order to add more investment. Because if you actually look at the amount of story that's given directly to Anna and Johan, it's an extremely small amount.
It really is.
So I think it would be very easy to outline it and to have that all prepped and planned.
And then basically iron out the details as you go.
Yeah. And then that's why we get characters that are just side characters that are written so incredibly well.
Like the soldier and the girl. You know, it's
way
like
back when.
that episode.
Yeah.
It was
Shul, the Grimmer, you know, all these fantastic characters.
Yeah.
I think they end up getting inserted at a point into the story, and then they're delegated a certain level of importance based around their interactions with the primary three characters.
Yeah, and they're
that's
created
why
in
Ava like had to leave at a certain point in the story.
Right, and then they're created so that basically their personalities play into the themes of the story at that point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say that the mastery of this this created work is that this is all kept consistent, like the Johan, Anna, Tenma stuff. But then there's extra effort and detail and care put into all the other characters, and how they're weaved into the plot. Like if you go back and think about the character of what was the buddy of Johan, the sniper?
Roberto.
Yeah, Roberto. He was just a thug punk that was really good, really terrifying.
Yep.
He's just gone now.
Just out of the story.
Just out of the story.
Just like Ava.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think that we can look at the very intentionally put in parts for Johan and Anna, especially when they were together in the story. Like the parts with the family, that the Fortners, you know.
Sure.
Those are the things where I think they lead to foreshadowing of big things that are coming here now. And again, it's hard to predict what Johan wants.
Right.
But I think based around how we see the other mystery surrounding his origins be revealed, we can infer what they would have wanted for Johan. And maybe by, again, circular logic, or maybe not really circular logic, more roundabout logic, we can see Johan's at least how he's reacting to it right now.
Right.
Because getting inside his head is like messing with a bag of cats. You don't want to do that.
But oh boy, is it interesting when it happens.
Oh my god, is it interesting. And me trying to actually theorize good theories here is insanely difficult. But hey, Lunge is here.
Yeah.
We're learning things. This is hype. Tenma's arrested. So the plot might slow down a little bit here.
Or maybe that just means it'll pick up. I don't know.
Or maybe
and Tenma are separated, so that was good.
Or maybe that means we're finally getting some serious Anna focus now, because Tenma's going to be sidelined and put in prison, and now we're going to see Anna's whole thing that she's discovering and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Dieter, we'll get more screen time with Dieter. I love that Dieter is just he's just here.
Yep.
Like that boy's been through so much, and yet he's still here. I love it. So guys, thank you so much for watching this reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction right now, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. Any level of support gets you access to our Discord, where you can chat with us about stories or what have you. Oh, and also there's full-length reactions in the description below. I forgot about that. But yeah, if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.